Hello and welcome to all to my new video lecture. This is Neeraj Motwani. Today I am here with a new topic of class 10th. Topic is arithmetic progression, chapter number 5. Arithmetic progression is very easy and interesting topic. It is related with day-to-day life situations in many ways. Let us begin with the introduction part of an AP and see how AP is related with day-to-day life situations. On the screen, what do you observe in the following pictures? Closely observe. There are different pictures with some patterns. A certain pattern has been followed while creating these things. In our previous slide, we have seen patterns based on designing. Now, here in this slide, let's have a look at some number patterns. I am going to explain this concept with the help of an example. Namita's school offered her a scholarship of rupees 1000 when she was in class 6th and increased the amount by rupees 500 each year till class 10th. So the amount of money in rupees Namita received in class 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th were respectively rupees 1500, rupees 2000, rupees 2500 and rupees 3000. So basically when she was in class 6th, she received a scholarship of rupees 1000 and amount increased by rupees 500. So in the 7th class, she received a scholarship of rupees 1500 and in the 8th class 2000. It's basically an addition of 500 every year. Fine. Each of the number in the list is called a term. Here we find that the succeeding terms are obtained by adding a fixed number. In our example, that fixed number is 500 because when she was in 6th class, she received rupees 1000 but in 7th class, she received 1500. So it's an addition of rupees 500. Let's have a look at another example. In a saving scheme, the amount becomes double. I repeat, the amount becomes double after every 10 years. The maturity amount in rupees of an investment of rupees 8000 after 10, 20, 30 and 40 years will be respectively 16,000, 32,000, 64,000 and 1,28,000. Let us suppose initially you have 8000 rupees in your hand. After 10 years, your 8000 will get converted into 16,000. Again, after 10 years, your 16,000 will get converted into 32,000. Here, we find that the succeeding terms are obtained by multiplying with a fixed number. Now let's have a look at another example. In the first figure, there is only one square. In the second figure, there are 4 squares, forming a square of 2 cross 2. In the third figure, there are 9 squares, forming a square of 3 cross 3. Similarly, in the last figure, it is a square of 4 cross 4. Here, you can observe that for the first figure, 1 is equals to 1 square. For the second figure, if there are 4 squares, then you can write 4 as 2 to the power 2. Similarly, for third figure, 9, you can write it as 3 to the power 2. And for 16, 4 to the power 2. Here, the succeeding terms are squares of consecutive numbers. In the previous slides, you have seen varieties of patterns. Now, here in this slide, consider the following lists of numbers. Very first, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. What you have observed? That each term is obtained by adding 2 to the previous term. When you add 2 to 1, you got 3. Similarly, when you add 2 to 3, you got 5. Now, second number, it's 10, 8, 6, 4, 2. Again, what you have observed? That each term is obtained by adding minus 2 to the previous term. 10 plus minus 2 is 10 minus 2, So 10 minus 2 is 8. That's our second term. Similarly, 8 minus 2 is 6. 6 minus 2, 4. 4 minus 2 is 2. Similarly, observe pattern in third number and fourth number. For the fourth list, it's 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Each term is obtained by adding 0 to the previous term, isn't it? Each list follows a pattern or rule. Now here I am introducing word arithmetic progression with reference to previous slide. So definition of an arithmetic progression. An arithmetic progression is a list of numbers in which each term is obtained by adding a fixed number. I repeat, by adding a fixed number to the previous terms except the first term. This fixed number is called the common difference of the AP. It can be positive, negative, or 0. Now again look at the previous slide. In the very first number, it's 13579. Here fixed number is 2, or we should say that plus 2, positive 2. In the second number, fixed number is minus 2. Third fixed number is plus 1. And last but not the least, fixed number is 0. So they all forms an AP. So AP is what? AP is basically a list of numbers in which succeeding number is obtained by adding a fixed number to its previous term except the first term. Okay, so based on this concept, APs are classified into two categories: finite AP and infinite AP. Number of students in class 5th to 10th are 25, 23, 21, 19, 17, 15 forms an AP, because there are only a finite number of terms and they have a last term. Means in 5th class number of students were 25 and in 10th class number of students are 15. Now for an infinite AP, 2, 7, 12, 17, 22, or let's take any other example, list of even numbers, list of odd numbers. There are infinite even and odd numbers. They do not have last term. That's why they are called infinite AP. Now this point is very clear to us that in AP, fixed number plays a very important role. This fixed number is called common difference. Now, formula for finding common difference. Let us denote the first term of an AP by A1, second term by A2, third term by A3, similarly nth term by AN, and the common difference by D. Then the AP becomes A1 is the first term, so A1, comma A2, comma A3, comma dot 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 AN. Okay, now we need to find common difference, that is denoted by small d. So common difference is A2 minus A1, A3 minus A2, A4 minus A3. That is, any successive term minus preceding terms give common difference except the first term. Now finding general form of an AP. We know that AP is a list of numbers in which successive number is obtained by adding a fixed number to its preceding term. That fixed number is called common difference and is denoted by small d. So here we can see that first number is A. So second number is A plus D. Third, A plus 2D. Fourth, A plus 3D represents an arithmetic progression where A is the first term and D is the common difference. This is called the general form of an AP. Now, here also observe one pattern that for the second term, coefficient of D is 1. For the third term, coefficient of D is 2. For the fourth term, coefficient of D is 3. Similarly, for the nth term, coefficient of D will be n minus 1. So, formula becomes A plus bracket of n minus 1 multiply by D is the formula for general term of an AP. This formula is also used for finding indicated terms or last term. Now, next concept in the row is sum of first n terms of an AP. We need to find the sum of first n terms of an AP. Here we will use two different formulas. Now, how to find out whether which formula is suitable for finding sum? So, case number 1. When the first term A and the common difference D is given, you will use S of n equals to n by 2 bracket twice of A plus n minus 1 D. Now, above formula can also be written as S of n equals to n by 2. Instead of 2a, we can write it as a plus a. Yes. So, a plus n minus 1 d. Now, in the previous slide, we have learned that a plus n minus 1 d is the formula for finding general term or last term. So, we will replace a plus n minus 1 d by a n. So, our formula become S of n equals to n by 2 a plus a of n. That's our case 2. It means we will use this formula when first term a and last term a of n is given. Now here in this slide, all useful formulas. Very first formula that we have already learnt about general term. It's a plus n minus 1 d. Second formula, sum to first n terms of an AP. Two cases that we have already discussed. N by 2, 2a plus n minus 1 d, and second n by 2 a plus a n. Now look at the third formula. The nth term of an AP is the difference of the sum to first n terms and the sum to first n minus 1 terms of it. A of n equals to Sn minus Sn minus 1. Simply, if you need to find third term, that is A3. So what you will do? You will do S3 minus S2. That is sum of first 3 terms minus sum of first 2 terms will give you third term. Now let us look at some real life applications of an AP. Very first example, it's your pocket money. Let us assume that you are getting a pocket money of rupees 500 every month and it is increasing by rupees 50 every month. So in the first month you will get rupees 500 as your pocket money, and in the second month it will becomes rupees 550. In the third month it becomes 600. Next example, if you ride a taxi, this also has an arithmetic sequence. Once you ride a taxi, you will be charged an initial rate and then a per mile or per kilometer charge forms an AP. And there are many more examples which you can predict by your own. Thank you very much. For any query, you can contact me, message me. Thank you.